Not going.
Maybe she had supper. Hi everyone, I am here with a Bible reading. I hope you guys are having a good day. Now you're hurting on the other side?
Yeah.
You want one? On that side? Today we're going to be reading Luke chapter 23, verses 13 through 43, Psalms 97 and 98, and Proverbs chapter 14, verses 7 and 8. Okay, so let me get down here and we'll see what we'll be reading in Luke today. Remember, we left off yesterday where Jesus was arrested and his water's coming out of my thing again. I don't know why it does that. It starts like, sometimes it just like start pouring water out. But anyway, Jesus got arrested and Peter denied him 3 times before the rooster crowed, like Jesus said. And when that happened, Jesus turned and looked at Peter. Peter left and wept bitterly. They never stopped loving each other. Jesus knew it was going to happen before it did. But Jesus never loved Peter any less. And Peter loves the Lord with all his heart. He was just scared and afraid of what they would do to him. You never know what you're going to do when you're scared. That's why I hate when people say they wouldn't have done this or that in a situation like that person did. You don't know what you would do until you are there in that situation yourself. It's a big difference thinking about something happening to you and then something actually can happen to you. So people can say anything, but it's what you do that matters. Okay, so let's get started here. Pilate called together the chief priests, the rulers, and the people, and said to them, "You brought me this man as one who is inciting the people to rebellion. I have examined him in your presence and have found no basis for charges against him." Pilate kept saying this over and over. "I find no fault with this man. You know, you take him and try him or whatever. For you people do it. I find no fault with him." But they kept screaming all the more. And they released one prisoner every year. A murderer, a guy that did riots, murdered people. They screamed for him to be released and Jesus to be crucified. Pilate could not believe it, but it happened. Neither has Herod. Herod didn't find no basis to charge him either. For he sent him back to us. As you can see, he has done nothing to deserve death. Therefore, I will punish him and then release him. By that he meant they would flog Jesus, which they did anyway. But the whole crowd shouted, "Away with this man! Release Barabbas to us!" Barabbas had been thrown into prison for an insurrection in the city and for murder. Wanting to release Jesus, Pilate appealed to them again. But they kept shouting, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" For the 3rd time, Pilate spoke to them. "Why? What crime has this man committed? I have found in him no grounds for the death penalty. Therefore, I will have him punished and then release him." Which he was the one in charge, so he could have done that. Who cared what the people said, you know? But the loud shouts, they insistently demanded that he be crucified, and their shouts prevailed. So no matter what Pilate said, they kept shouting for Jesus to be crucified. So finally Pilate gave in. There was no changing their minds. So Pilate decided to grant their demand. He released the man who had been thrown into prison, Barabbas, for insurrection and murder, the one they asked for, and suffered Jesus to their will. As the soldiers led him away, they seized Simon from Cyrene, because this time they was making Jesus carry his own cross to be hung on. But it was, can you imagine how heavy it is? It's heavy wood, big cross to put a human on. They was making Jesus carry it himself, drag it along. And Jesus was so weak he couldn't do it anymore. He was bloody, he had been beaten. So they had this guy Simon from Cyrene carry it for him. They seized Simon from Cyrene, who was on his way in from the country, and put the cross on him and made him carry it behind Jesus. A large number of people followed him, including women who mourned and wailed for him. Jesus turned and said to them, Daughters of Jerusalem, do not weep for me. Weep for yourselves and for your children. For the time will come when you will say, blessed are the childless women, the wombs that never bore, and the breasts that never nursed. Then they will say to the mountains, fall on us, and to the hills, cover us. For if people do these things when the tree is green, what will happen when it is dry? 2 other men, both criminals, were also led out with him to be executed. So Jesus in the middle on a cross, and then 2 criminals, thieves I believe they were, on each side. When they came to the place called the Skull, or Golgotha, they crucified him there, along with the criminals, one on his right and the other on his left. Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. When Jesus was hanging on the cross, he was not cursing the people that done that to him. He still felt sorry for them and prayed for them, the ones that are killing him. Father, forgive them, Jesus said, for they do not know what they are doing. And they divided up his clothes by casting lots. The people stood watching. Could you please, Paula? And the people stood watching, and the rulers even sneered at him. Like they hadn't done enough to him already, they still got to keep being cruel. They said, he saved others. Let him save himself if he is God's Messiah, the chosen one. The soldiers also came up and mocked him. They offered him wine vinegar and said, if you are the king of the Jews, save yourself. The soldiers also came up and mocked him. There was a written notice above him which read, this is the king of the Jews. One of the criminals who hung there hurled insults at him. Why? He thought he was better than Jesus? Jesus hadn't even done nothing wrong. Why was this guy harassing Jesus? Like, guy, you're up there getting killed, you're gonna die. And here you are treating somebody horribly. That's not gonna get you to heaven. Especially when you're talking to the Son of God that way. Okay, one of the criminals who hung there hurled insults at him. Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us. But the other criminal rebuked him. Don't you fear God, he said, since you are under the same sentence? He's like, you're going to be dying here any time, and you're talking to this person like this. You think God's going to like that? You should be changing your ways, asking for forgiveness while you're up there on that cross dying. We are punished justly, the criminal said, for we are getting what our deeds deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong. Then he said, Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus answered him, truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise. Not the other guy. But Jesus was taking the other criminal to paradise with him. And I believe every bit that he did. Alright, so that is where we are stopping with Luke today. Now we have 2 Psalms. We'll start with Psalm 97. Really appreciate it.
I'm not calling.
The Lord reigns. Let the earth be glad. She'll just come here. Let the distant shores rejoice. Clouds and thick darkness surround him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire goes before him and consumes his foes on every side. His lightning lights up the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord of all the earth. The heavens proclaim his righteousness, and all people see his glory. All who worship images are put to shame. Those who boast in idols, worship him, all you gods. Zion hears and rejoices, and the villages of Judah are glad because of your judgments, Lord. For you, Lord, are the most high over all the earth. You are exalted far above all gods. Let those who love the Lord hate evil, for he guards the lives of his faithful ones, and delivers them from the hand of the wicked. Light shines on the righteous, and joy on the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord, you who are righteous, and praise his holy name. Amen. And now we're going to Psalm 98, which has 9 verses. Sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have worked salvation for him. The Lord has made his salvation known and revealed his righteousness to the nations. He has remembered his love and his faithfulness to Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the Lord with the harp and the sound of singing, with trumpets and the blast of the ram's horn. Shout for joy before the Lord the King. Let the sea resound and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains sing together for joy. Let them sing before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and the peoples with equity. All right, and that was Psalm 98. Okay, now we're going to finish up today's Bible reading with Proverbs chapter 14, verses 7 and 8. 7. Stay away from a fool, for you will not find knowledge on their lips. 8. The wisdom of the prudent is to give thought to their ways, but the folly of fools is deception. Alright guys, that was our Bible reading. I hope it touched your hearts. Let me get our prayer request here. It's a Bible lesson here. I did the Bible lesson yesterday like I told you guys I was going to do, and then somehow I accidentally erased it off the camera. Only me, right? So I'm going to do it again today for you guys. I just apologize about that. Only me. Okay. Please keep the following people in prayer. Rhonda Karshner. Mom was going to go out and mow today. I told her not to because I'm ordering her a sun hat at the first of the month, and she needs sunscreen. She's already got skin cancer on her face again that she's going to have to get removed soon. And she's going to be out there in the hot heat, out there mowing. I wish to God I was able to go mow it for her, because if I was able to physically do it, I would. I hate her out there doing that in the sun. And I told her the weatherman today said it was a level 8 for sun exposure. Said it could ruin your skin with skin cancer stuff in less than 30 minutes today. But she's going to go out and do it anyways. Please keep Sherman in your prayers. He had physical therapy for the first time today. Of course, you know, it was really painful. So please keep him in your prayers. And his chest is still hurting really bad. I'm really, really worried about that. Please pray for him for that. Please pray for Layla and her son Emil. Layla for her health and other things she needs in her life, God knows. And Emil for a very special unspoken prayer request for something he's wanting to happen in his life. That would be very, very good. So please pray for that for Emil. Elizabeth Jeffries, Judy Thompson. She'll be having stomach surgery soon. Jimmy Myers, he'll be having his surgery next month on the 13th. Cindy Welsh, Dora Carper, Joyce Light, Latham Burns, Abby Myers. I talked to Abby yesterday just to call and see how she was doing. She seems like she's just kind of depressed and stressed right now because of stuff that's going on at work, and her and Matthew's trying to find a house, and they really haven't had no luck yet. Please pray that they find a nice house soon, and in a safe neighborhood and a safe house. They really do need to get their own place and get out from where they are. Donna Dunlap and family, Garnet Boyer and Jim Mitchell, Ramona Henry, Jan, Jeannie Burns, Kathy Butterball, Kinsley, Melly. Melly deleted her Facebook page, so I don't know what's going on there. And I seen she posted a picture of her husband. Well, he had made something in prison or something with him and her on it or something, like a dream catcher. She was putting hearts and stuff on it, so I don't know. The divorce papers were supposed to come this week. And now she's putting pictures on him like that. I don't know what's going on now. I asked her, but she didn't respond, and then she deleted Facebook. I think she deleted that because her and Joe's fighting again, but I don't know what's going on. Arnold Coffey and Tina Kincaid. Haven't had no updates on her yet, but as soon as I do, of course, I will let you guys know. Okay, so that was everything for our Bible reading today. I hope it touched your hearts. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.